Hey everyone, welcome to more Political Excess. Today, let's cover the primaries that are coming up in Alaska, as well as that special election for the U.S. House. It could take weeks to get these final results, but let's jump in and see where we're at right now. And in that U.S. House special election, it is now a top four ranked choice voting. However, with this election, Al Gross had dropped out, so there is only three candidates with the ranked choice voting. So everyone will vote for their first, second, and third choice, and whoever has the least amount of votes after the first round will have their votes reallocated into the other candidates until someone gets over 50% of the vote. With so many candidates having run in the primary, it does get to be a little overwhelming, but in the end, there are two Republicans, Sarah Palin, Nick Begich III, and one Democrat, Mary Sadler Peltola. Those are the three that are trying to finish this term, which expires in January. It's only for a few months. You can take a look at all the endorsements here if you'd like. The main one to mention is Donald Trump has endorsed Sarah Palin. Let's look at the polling here. I was hoping there would be one more before I made this video. I have to just look at these two from July, and it can be a little confusing to figure this out. Basically, if it's Nick Begich, he has a better chance to win in the final round. At Sarah Palin, it would be much closer. Now, last time in 2020, Don Young, who had died, he won by about 9 points. So this isn't an extremely red district, but it does have a red lean. I would think mid to high single digits is within reason on what to expect for this race. Now, we could switch over to Predicted, and there it shows Sarah Palin being the winner there with 58 cents. Nick Begich is in second with 33, and Mary Peltola is at 16 cents. Probably a trickier market to bet on due to the ranked choice voting. It just adds in an extra layer of complication. But having said all that, there's still the primary for the next term, which begins in January. So let's take a look at that. So this is a similar story as a special election, except now there will be four candidates that advance to the general, and it looks like Tara Sweeney, the third Republican, will be the one to advance to that general election. So I know this can be a little bit tricky. We can scroll down here to the polling for this general election, and this shows Nick Begich actually with a little bit of an edge, about 8 points over Mary Sadler Peltola. Things can change. Alaska is obviously not an easy state to poll. With this new voting system, there's a lot that could happen. If you take one thing away from this, it is that the Republicans are favored to hold on to this special election and general election U.S. House seat. So let's move on to the statewide races, and let's take a look at governor, where incumbent Republican Mike Dunleavy is running for re-election to a second term, and no incumbent governor has been re-elected in Alaska since 1998. And Mike Dunleavy did face an attempted recall campaign. Things did not look so great for him at one point, but let's see who the other candidates are. There's former State Representative Les Gara and former Governor Bill Walker. He's running as an independent. I don't know why he's running again. He didn't want to run last time, but now he wants to get back in it again. So you can view their endorsements here, and we can scroll down and take a look at the polling. And in this four-way race, Mike Dunleavy has 40% of the vote. Les Gara, the Democrat, is at 24%. Bill Walker is at 18%. And Charlie Pierce, another Republican, has 5%. So it may be those four advancing on to the general election. I'm sure it'll at least be those top three that advance. And if we take a look at the general election polling, we could see Mike Dunleavy is favored to win. Again, it can be a little bit tricky to look at these polls. One other thing we can do, though, is take a look at Predicted to see where people are putting their money. And Mike Dunleavy there is ahead at 84 cents over Bill Walker at 10 cents. So let's move on to the last race. This is probably the biggest race, and that is for U.S. Senate, where incumbent Republican Lisa Murkowski is running for re-election to a fourth term. She has never won with over 50% of the vote, and now there's this new voting system, and Lisa Murkowski has done some things to get on the bad side of Donald Trump. So Donald Trump has endorsed a challenger, that is Kelly Tshibaka. So there's a lot to try to follow here in this Senate race. Murkowski does have the backing of most of the establishment, She's regarded as more moderate. Her family name is well known in Alaska. So the only question is, how much do the voters of Alaska want to change and want somebody more to the right in Kelly Tshibaka? Well, we could take a look at the polling down here, and there is one poll, and in the first round, Kelly Tshibaka does have a lead, but by the time the final round rolls around, if it's between Murkowski and Tshibaka, Murkowski pulls it out by about 4 points. It does seem like the Democrats are basically relegated to irrelevant status in this race, as most of them are going to cross over and support Murkowski, as they do not want somebody more in the direction of Donald Trump. So it's going to be a close race. Murkowski appears to have an edge. Let's take a look at the market. Here, Murkowski is favored at 70 cents to win re-election. So there's enough room there for there to be an upset. Kelly Tshibaka is not out of this race. Something crazy could happen. We might not even know for a while what ends up happening. So that's a recap of the Alaska primary and that special House election. Let me know what you think down below in the comments is going to happen. Is Murkowski going to pull it out? Is Sarah Palin going to pull it out? And if you enjoyed this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.